This is Richard from Redi-Rooter. We've been called out to deal with a hot water tank where the pilot light won't stay lit and the tank won't stay lit. This is the third tank in this home in less than 8 years. This tank is a warranty replacement and it has been fixed 3 times in the past year, and it just broke again and just went out of warranty recently, and we were called out here last night and went through the troubleshooting checklist and found that there is a few problems here which have not been addressed over the past 10 years. Shockingly, none of them have been addressed, and replacing the hot water tank alone will still result in the next one going quickly. First of all, I'd like to point out that the tank has been installed from day one incorrectly. There's no clearance to the gas valve. You can't service this tank correctly in the first place. There's no clearance from the valve to the furnace, okay? And the furnace itself you can't service. There's no clearance to the furnace to service it. When I got here, I also noticed that you see here the doors are solid, not louvered, and there is no fresh air intake. And the switch where the tank overheats has been replaced 3 times this year because the tank keeps overheating. Okay, also on the top of the tank here, there's a street 90 into the gas valve, which is not coated on gas. Okay. We also see here on top of the tank that somebody's used gas sealant on the copper water lines. Gas sealant is not code for water lines. It is not potable. So the customers have been drinking this stuff for at least the past year. Not good for your health. Okay. But anyways, as I see some of the issues here, we see a lot of lint in the area. A lot of an excessive amount of lint. And we see, okay, where is it coming from? I notice that it's, when I do some of the check here, the tank here, I see that the tank is choking. The furnace room here in the hot water tank room is not terribly dirty. I've seen a lot dirtier, but it's quite dusty compared to the rest of the home. And there's no filter for the furnace, and the furnace is leaking. Taped up, leaking, and in bad condition in many areas. So lint is blowing all over this furnace room, and the furnace and the hot water tank are both fighting for air because there is no fresh air in tank. So the tank is choking, overheating. The burner, as I checked last night, and inside the burner there is horribly overheating, so it keeps tripping itself. And because of the bad installation, you can't service it. It's almost impossible to get in there and service. Okay, and the 3 ruptures prior to this tank, the serviceman coming in here, didn't do the courtesy of checking the water pressure. You could see that when this house was built. You can see here the shut-off and the pressure regulator here are the original from when this house was built. Okay, you come outside to the outside of the home. Last night when I checked the pressure was just over 100 today. And now with people using the home we have here, we're at 95. Okay, that's with people in the community using the water. Okay, so we're at almost double the recommended water pressure. So by the time the tank is heated up, we take thermal expansion into consideration. It's no wonder they've had, 3 tank failures in such a short period of time. You can't just come to a home, take a look at a tank, and swap it. It's not fair to the client. And the last thing I noticed is that nowhere here on this tank is a permit. To do it in most jurisdictions of British Columbia, you have to have a permit sticker stuck onto the tank. Chances are the last person that did this tank may have been a plumber, but was probably not a gas fitter as well. It was not allowed to install a gas appliance, or if he did, he did not finish the installation legally by putting a permit on this tank. So we've got a shoddy installation without doing a checklist to find out what's been going on with these tanks rupturing. And if this tank would have went without the proper permits taken out and affixed to the tank, the home insurance would have been null and void, and the plumber, gas fitter who put it in, he wouldn't have done his due diligence, and his insurance might not have covered him. A bad situation all in all. We see these type of installations quite a lot, especially when people are going to big box stores and trying to diagnose the problems on their own, and buying tanks from the big box stores, and then just trying to figure out what's going on their own, and having a tank delivered and installed and slapped in, and not going through the procedure to figure out what's going on. To do a gas hot water tank, you need to be a minimum of a plumber and a gas fitter to have 2 tickets, or to have 2 servicemen at the house, or these type of situations will happen again and again. Anyways, thank you.